So here we have Austin, aka Razor. Um, so let's go through it, man. So before the game started, we're getting all set up. You guys are practicing. What was going through your mind as a team? Because at that point, you were practicing with Noah and Nick because you thought these are the guys I'm going to play with, right?
Yeah, so I was thinking.
Oh, wait, hold on. Your mic's muted.
I was
Okay.
thinking of like, um, we gotta trust each other more. We gotta talk,
Yeah, hold on. Let
speak,
me move this back a little bit. Go ahead.
work together. Cause we can't. Rocket League's a team game. You can't. If you're not working together, you're not gonna win.
Right.
As an example of the match we saw, those guys were really working together.
Mm-hmm.
They were rotating and all that stuff. So that's why we lost the duos. And when we got our third guy,
Yeah.
we did a lot of bad double commits,
Correct.
and our passes were all right, but they weren't fast enough due to scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you kind of went ahead and just went into your recap in general, and that's totally fine. So you get into game one, and you realize, oh man, we have a man disadvantage.
Yeah.
So what what were you and Nick thinking when that happened? When you realized, oh man, we're gonna have to play this 2v3, I guess for game one at least. What was going through your mind then?
Well, we were a little frustrated because we didn't have like enough time to like see what was happening, and when we had to play, we weren't like really sure how it was gonna work out, so we were kind of like put down, not very confident,
Right.
because obviously we were missing a man, and we were all excited for the threes,
Mm.
so that kind of put like our performance down.
So the do you think the other team learned how to take advantage of the fact that you were down a man as the set went on? Because I
Yeah.
feel like when it first started out, the first goal they scored was like 2 minutes in. It was like 2:54 or something when they scored their first goal in game one, and there were actually a couple of moments where it looked like you guys would score first, and when you were down a man, but towards the end of game one, then it was like, all right, it's like blowout territory, and then same thing with game two.
Yeah, because they got a lot more defensive, at least in the match. They started doing at the first they didn't have double goalie. They had one goalie,
Right.
and then they had double goalie, and they had I forgot his name, but
Jason,
Jason.
Panda,
Yeah,
or
Jason.
yeah,
He was like the best guy for sure.
for
Like
sure,
for
yeah,
off.
yeah.
He had a very accurate shots and he pushed very well.
Yeah, he was definitely the guy you could count on for making that heroic, decisive moment for their team. Okay, so game two, what was that? What was that like?
Well, now we got a little bit frustrated, but I was calming myself down. I don't know about
Nick.
Nicholas,
Yeah,
but I was just okay. Whatever. We gotta play the game. So I was trying to like do call outs and stuff, and yeah, and with that third man down, it was really hard because they took advantage again with the third man. So
yeah,
sometimes we'll push way too hard, and then they'll just shoot it across the map and score.
yeah. That second game was. It's almost like, what's the point of even analyzing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to game three.
The point is they scored. That's the point of analyzing.
Marco said the point is that. Oh, that's true. You guys did score.
Yeah, we did score.
Let's talk about that. That's right. What you guys scored in game two down a man. So, what was that? What was that like? What were you feeling at that moment? Did that feel like
Well,
a
I
win?
didn't feel like I didn't feel as trash as the first time. I was like, all right, this is something, so better than nothing.
Who's Slappy scored it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you? Well, honestly, I was.
No, it
I
was me because if I'm right, I shot it. They went to like a shot on the wall, and I saved it, and it ended up like flying across the map. And then one of the players tried to save it, but they weren't fast enough, and it scored. Unless that
Okay.
was the game three, which I don't remember.
No. Well,
I think it was
yeah.
game two. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I definitely don't remember as well as you do. So let's go to game three. We finally get a third man in there. It's Thomas, aka Vile. So when you realized you had Thomas on your team, what was going through your mind at that point as captain of the Stripes? Oh yeah,
Well-
because we didn't say that. This is the captain of the Stripes right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I felt definitely a lot more comfortable since we had a third man now, and I've played a lot more with Thomas than anyone on the team. The thing is that Nick wasn't comfortable with Thomas, so the double committing, I felt like I
Yeah.
got a lot more happen a lot more,
Yeah.
and the misses. Thomas gets a pass. He's a silver. He's still adapting, learning.
Yeah.
But Nick, if you're watching this, hit the ball.
Okay. I
And
mean,
obviously, I didn't
he
do well
almost got it.
either.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
sometimes I could have hit it, but like, I was more on the defensive side, trying to like make sure like you guys wouldn't miss, which you did. But
All
that's
right.
fine because we're not comfortable with each other yet. We're still
I'm not
learning.
comfortable in this interview right now,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm sorry. I get really annoyed when we don't rotate or we don't hit the ball. Mostly rotating though. Rotating is what bothers me.
You had a pretty amazing save in that game. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
You had a pretty amazing save. Why don't you walk us through that play?
Well, I saw that Vi was pushing, and Nick was pushing.
Mm.
So when they both pushed, I was like, either they're gonna 50-50 and it's gonna go in the goal, or
Yeah.
they're gonna 50-50 and Jackson is gonna go hit the ball.
Jason.
I mean, yeah, Jason. And if I was right, I think Jason did hit the ball,
Yeah.
and I went in and used all my boost
Mhm.
and saved the ball.
Yeah, it was like an upper 90 that you say. Like bro, that was heart-stopping stuff right there. Now you guys took a 2-0 lead in that game. So it looked like, oh man, cuz the only way we were going to play 5 games was if we reversed 3-0 because
Yeah.
we already went down 2-0. And so the only chance we had for a full set of, full team was a reverse 3-0. So at that point, you guys go up 2-0 in game 3.
At that moment, I think we
And it
should have
was
played more defensively. What we went wrong was we tried to keep scoring more goals.
okay.
We got way too aggressive with that. I'll be honest. Even I went with it and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean that could be like a hindsight is 2020 type of thing. Like, you can know the correct answer in retrospect. And I hear this all the time as a soccer fan too, where they say, okay, the team went up 1-0 and then they parked the bus, and oh no, they should have kept attacking because then when they park the bus, they give up more possession and the other team has more chances. That's probably like what you're thinking, right? What you should have done is to park the bus.
Yeah, because we already I had 2. We didn't really need like that one extra goal for anything. I say like the best like to stop scoring is around like 3 or 2,
Yeah.
depending on like the people you're fighting.
Mhm. So I don't know. The other thing is that the two goals that they scored to equalize, honestly, were really avoidable. Um,
Yeah.
on the first goal they scored, that ball was in the corner for like a billion years.
Yeah, I know.
On
I
your
was I
guys'
was
side.
telling them
It just kept going. Like people just kept going at it, and it wouldn't get out of our end, the blue team's end.
yeah, because I was trying to get it to like the other side where nobody was at, but Michael and not Michael, Thomas and Nick kept going for it, so I didn't feel comfortable pushing it. I think I pushed it like once and failed miserably, so I went back to goal and waited there.
Okay, um, so they start bringing it back, and they pull it off 3-2 with like 1 minute left, pretty much. And then it gets down to 3-2-1, and we're into that. If the ball hits the ground, the game's over. And Slappy takes matters into his own hands. And what did you think about that moment, man? That was
I was
insane.
like, oh, this kid is amazing. He's about to score. And then if I'm right, I think he ran out of boost,
Yeah.
and that's why he didn't score. But I gave him big claps. That was really good.
Yeah, I think he put him. I mean, I was saying to Marco that.
Cause sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
After that match, I told him like strategies, cause he seems to be a little bit more offensive while I'm more defensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about like strategies and stuff.
Yeah.
So for the next time we play, we'll know how to react better.
So that's the last thing I wanted to ask you about is preseason is very useful to learn lessons because these results don't matter in terms of qualifying for the playoffs. But they do matter. They do matter in that they teach you lessons about your team, about yourself, about your teammates, your chemistry, and things like that. So, what were the lessons that you guys learned today, or do you think that we learned as a Rocket League program?
Well, what I've learned is that we do need a lot better rotations, cause even though the other team didn't look that good, they had really good rotations.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw how they like one of them was always like hitting like two or one of them were on the goal always, and then they were always like playing aggressive
Yeah.
while we were like off balance. Like
Yeah.
it was like a 50-50 for us. We'll either do like really good rotations or we'll do really bad rotations.
Yeah, and if I may interject here, that's one of the reasons why, as the coach, I said this is our philosophy. We need to have good positioning, make good decisions, like good commitments, and good communication. Because even if you're not like crazy good, like doing all these aerials and stuff, uh, even if you can't do all that stuff, if you do those three things, positioning, commitments, and communication, you make yourself a better team and you give yourself a way better chance. And I think the opponents we played today, the Scorp Squad or whatever they were called, I think they were an example of that. It's not like they had crazy star-studded players. Jason was pretty good, but they were a team that obviously was together in their, like you said, their rotations, and that made it hard to play against them. So you don't even have to be that good to be a really consistent and challenging team to play against.
Yeah, we were talking about how like we were gonna win easily and all that.
Who was talking about that?
Us, because we saw like their ranks and stuff, and we're like, oh, they're
Okay.
golds,
Well, that's
and that taught us a very
I'm-
valuable.
Well,
lesson.
yeah, I'm glad you told me that, because that, if I would have heard that before, I would have slapped some people upside the head. That is the worst mentality to have. Well, I guess there are worse mentalities. Like the worst mentality would be we're not gonna win. There's like impossible.
Yeah, that's a lot worse.
So-
I rather hear the confidence.
Yeah,
like, you got this,
yeah.
man. We're gonna win.
Nah, but you cannot, especially in a video game where like literally everyone has the same capabilities.
Oh, yeah,
In
for
terms of
sure.
like physical abilities, it's not like football where you can just like pick someone up and throw them, because you're physically bigger than them. Especially in a video game, you cannot have that mentality. Anyone can beat anyone. Yeah. So I'm glad you told me that. That's an important lesson to learn. We also obviously learned the lessons of, the logistics, I guess. I mean, I don't know if we even learned what happened, why Noah couldn't play, but
Yeah, that,
we
that
learned
was.
we learned that we don't want to let that happen again.
Yeah.
We want to make sure it never happens again. That was oh boy. That was some gray hairs moment right there, man. I don't have any, but I don't know. Maybe one will pop out tomorrow after that one.
Yeah, it was really confusing of why like he just couldn't join. Cause he was in the if you look at Play VS, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
But when you went to go to click on the link, he was for somewhere else. And we tried solving it, but it just couldn't work.
Yeah, we're gonna need to double check with Noah, cause like if his account's all set up. Anyway, Marco, do you wanna talk to this man at all? All right. Well, anyway, what's that?
I put my interjections in the chat.
Oh, I see that. Learn that teams aren't based for not showing up. SMH my head. They were also a complete team. LOL. The difference of one man. Dang, bro got played. Who got played? What's that in reference to? Oh, they were talking themselves up. Yeah, that's right, man. What's up with that? Shout out to the Scorp Squad. Do you think they were happy they were playing 2v3, or do you think they were kind of like, man, it's kind of whack that is 2v3?
Yeah, I think they were more like they felt bad for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they wanted to play like a 3v3.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you schedule a preseason game so that you can get that practice and understand yourself as a team, and it's just like the other team showed up with 2 people when you need to show up with 3. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing. All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna sign off. Thank you, Razor, captain of the Stripes. Sorry for all those Stars fans and fangirls in the in the chat. We'll be back next week, hopefully with proper 2 matches running.
Proper training.
We're gonna try to have 2 separate streams so you can watch the Stripes in action as well as the Stars. We were trying to do that today, but it turns out we only had 1 game anyway, so we only needed to stream 1. So anyway, we'll be back next week, same time, Thursday at 4. That's when all the Rocket League games are, Thursdays at 4, as well as Smash on Wednesdays at 4. It's in our schedule on Twitch, and we hope to see you there. We are the Stars and Stripes. Signing off. Austin, salute. Signing off.